Hey guys, so this is the first question and answer of 2018.
I don't think so.
Is it
I
not?
think we already did one.
I don't know what it is. Second, first?
I think it's this.
It's a question
I don't know,
and answer.
I think it's the second. What we wanted to do today is we wanted to do a Q&A that was a little bit more
Specified.
yeah, it was definitely
Condensed.
more specific and condensed to one particular topic. So today's Q&A is all about babies, family, touring, and relationships, which is not really one thing, it's four things.
Four different things.
But it all, I think,
It
is
all
like
comes
super
together.
important as one
family,
main thing.
you know, family and touring as a result of family.
So, well, that totally didn't turn out the way I thought it was.
So what we're going to try to do is do more
That's what
questions
we're
and
talking
answers.
about.
And as we do more, we're going to do specific ones instead of this giant spectrum of questions.
So everything I just said in that clip, erase it.
But we're not going to edit. We're going to leave it there.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
All right.
But anyways, we're going to get right into it and we're going to start talking. Tour, family, relationship, and babies.
And we got the questions. I wanted to say handy dandy notebook, but I don't think anyone knows what that is. Okay. First question is from Chelsea Roberts. With you two eventually starting a family, have you considered leaving Florida to raise your children, or do you want to continue living in Florida? P.S. Nothing wrong with Florida, just curious. A lot of emojis. I think I'd want to stay in Florida.
I think we're gonna stay in Florida. I mean, I've always wanted to move away, and I don't think it'll ever be a situation like we'll move away, but I think that we'll take our kids to different places and maybe be there. Stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think we might take extended family vacations where we're gone for like a month, but I don't think we'll ever move
obviously when we start having kids, you know, we're not gonna know what the hell we're doing. We need our family with us, so I don't think leaving the state.
I'm not terrified about it though. I think that
I'll be honest, I'm a little terrified.
I don't know. I think that I think we'll stay here.
Yeah, Florida. I mean, with tour, we get to go all over anyway, so everywhere I go, Florida is definitely the place I like the most. Yeah. So Florida.
Rebecca Velasquez, and she asks, if and when you guys get pregnant, how long do you plan on waiting to tell the CTFXC? Do you plan on documenting things like how you find out, morning sickness, cravings, etc.? I don't know, I think we're gonna wait until it's a safe, comfortable zone for us.
I don't know. We never really thought about like when we would say it. I think like Allie just said, whenever we're comfortable, we will definitely let you guys know. As far as what we're gonna share.
And when I would say when we're gonna share it, like we haven't really discussed it yet. I think that's gonna be something.
Step one. We'll do step one and then we'll get to step 2 and 3 and 4 and 5.
Figure out the rest.
Whatever steps there are that come with kids.
Oh yes, but I think that with the morning sickness, cravings, everything like that, I think that might be something that might go on my channel rather than be on CTFXC, because I think
I think it'll be more specified on yours.
I think it would too, but I'm afraid to say that I think you might know when those type of things are going on in the CTFXC, but I think I could be more thorough on my channel.
It's the raw emotions on the daily videos, more thought-provoking, like what you want to say in your channel.
You're so right.
So this is from Starla on Twitter. Will you guys still continue the daily vlog record even when you guys have kids? We're still on step 1, planning stages. I don't really know what I think we're gonna do it. It's just gonna be how we feel when we have kids, you know, what we're comfortable with. But I'm sure after we discuss it amongst each other and friends and family, we'll let you guys know. I think it's
ultimately our decision, but I think it's something that, like, obviously this is a really huge deal to Charles, and like I would never take that away from you, but I think that when we have kids, it's gonna be something together. We're gonna sit down and be like, okay. Yeah. Is it gonna work out being able to do this every day? And
is it smart? Is it something we want to do?
Is it something we want to do? So we'll let you know.
Yeah, you guys will know. I promise.
Do you find it hard having a long distance relationship while on tour, or do you make it work? Love you guys. I would say that we make it work.
That's obviously we make it work, but that's a good question because
it's hard sometimes.
I think about relationships back before FaceTime and Skype. That had to have been really hard for touring musicians or anyone traveling, but I feel we've made it work because we talk a lot, we do FaceTimes. The whole band does FaceTimes with their wives and children and girlfriends, and I feel like makes things a lot easier. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, we do have some hard times, you know, like I'll miss her, she'll miss me, and it's frustrating when we can't be with each other, like if she's going through something hard.
Yeah, I have to agree, but like there's even like situations that we've encountered where, and I'm not gonna say it's not me because it is me, but where like he's on tour and I'll only get to talk to him for like 3 minutes in a day, and it's really hard. And then, you know, obviously sometimes fights stem for that, or frustration stems from that. And
right.
then, you know, you don't want to fight with your significant other when they're not there, and it gets hard sometimes. But I think the one thing that I personally love and appreciate is the fact that I know I'm not the only one who's like going through it, and I also know that the guys are going through it too. So I know it's not just me who's like, I'm frustrated, I only got to talk to you for 3 minutes today. I know that he's feeling it too, because he'll let me know, like, I'm sorry, I feel like crap that I can't talk to you. Like, so
and
I
what's
get
also
it.
nice is that each of the band members has each other to console each other when we're
I've got
frustrated.
the girls.
And she's got the girls. So it's 2 teams.
Yeah.
Like, it's really interesting how that works. The dynamic is very, very interesting. We're waiting for the camera to stop wobbling right now, because I had to stop and start it again. Is it level? I think it's level. Oh, and the battery's about to die, isn't it? Oh, no, whatever. Alright, this is from Shibby. Is that Shibby? Shibby.
Yeah.
It's from Shibby.
Spooky knob.
During your first time touring, how did you deal with the transition of not being able to see your
I think it's significant other.
significant other or family for a long period of time? It was definitely a shock. It's like, I don't know, like anyone's traveled to another country where you don't speak the language, it's definitely like a culture shock. Touring's the same way, because I mean, like you're in a bus with dudes, which is awesome because we're all friends, but at the same time, you're not showering all the time, you're eating like crap, you're not sleeping, you miss your family because you can't speak all the time or be there.
So how did you deal with that transition of not being able to see your significant other or your family for a long time?
A lot of FaceTimes, I think. Or I'll fly home. Like, a lot of times I'll fly home and surprise her. I remember that one time, remember when I surprised you when you were in the closet? And I
Yeah, you
snuck in?
scared the crap out of me.
Boo! Hello! So I like doing things like that, but at the same time, it's hard. You know, every tour is different, and every tour you have to learn something new, and it's kind of hard to answer that question. I've been doing this with We the Kings for, what is it, 7 years now? A long time. I always forget how long it is, but I'm still not used to it, and it's something that you continually grow and so continually learn.
So this question comes from Marie Trudell, and Marie asks, do you ever feel pressure to start having kids because the rest of the band members have them? 150%.
Well, I don't think it's like a pressure thing. It's like...
Maybe not for you, but
You
for me.
feel like it's a pressure thing?
Yeah, well, I mean, if we're gonna be super blunt and super honest, I'm gonna be 31 in like 2 months. I definitely feel pressured. I mean, and it's not that I feel pressured by the members of the band.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, I don't feel pressured by the band. Well, sometimes. I mean, Travis always gets on me.
Is like,
but it's not like a me thing. He's funny, and I appreciate that.
He's announced that Allie's pregnant like 40 times online.
Which I haven't been, obviously. I definitely feel the pressure because everyone has kids, and I also feel the pressure because it's not like I don't want them. I want them, but when the time is right for Charles and I to have kids, we'll have kids. And Charles and I are not necessarily on the same wavelength when it comes to kids, and I respect that because Charles is a couple years older than me, and
I'm over there.
I think I'm just afraid. I'm a little afraid of having kids, but I'm so eager to have them. So like, there's like pressure from outsiders, definitely, but it doesn't change our view on like when we want to start trying to have kids. Right. So that's the thing. It's like, even though there's that pressure, it doesn't mean that Charles and I are gonna be like, okay, everybody's saying you gotta do it, so let's go ahead and jump off this bridge because everyone's telling you. It's not like that. Like, it's one of those,
everyone's doing the Tide Pod challenge, so we should do it too.
So no, it's not like that. Charles and I have a really, even though we might not always be like on the same wavelength, especially with this, we are respectful enough to each other to where we discuss when we're ready, and we're gonna try when we're ready, and we're gonna do what makes us feel good.
Yeah,
right.
I think that's the most important part.
Cause you're the cutest. I love you.
Oh, now I'm gonna get sick. I forgot you're sick. When you guys decide that you're gonna have a baby, how do you think this will affect tour for you? I know most of the guys are doing this and with their own families, but what are your opinions on it? Honestly, I feel like it's going to be very hard to leave Allie.
I think it's hard on the guys now.
I mean, it's every guy, like honestly, like every member of the band, when their significant other was pregnant, they, I think, felt it just as I don't want to say just as much because the woman's going through. Let's face it, the woman does most of the work. But the guys have this emotional toll, and I think it's gonna really mess with me.
I think there's a guilt that comes with it.
That you're not home.
It's like there shouldn't be a guilt, but I think the guys feel guilty because they're like, I should be home with my wife when she's going through these experiences. But like, I know that after speaking with the amazing ladies from the band, they're like, you know, it's not like they're out there, you know, not doing anything. They're doing their job. And they're doing what they need to do to support their family.
Partying, you know, it's just,
but like
we're the King's biggest party band in the world, Motley Crue.
I think it's gonna be hard, but I don't think it's gonna be.
I think it might be harder on you because the physicality of everything.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of family. That's another coming back. Why we wouldn't want to move out of Florida is because we have family, especially when I'm on the road, that will be able to help Allie when I'm physically not going to be able to. You like how that kind of round robins right there?
So smart.
Everything just kind of comes in a circle. I like it's like a punchline of a joke.
When you guys do decide to have kids, are you going to do a home birth or at hospital? Also, are you going to ask for an epidural? Heck yes to an epidural.
But
I'm gonna say shoot me up. I'm gonna say numb me up. I don't want to feel my lips. I don't want to feel anything below my nose. I don't want to feel anything below my nose. Okay?
When we went and saw Valentina after Carter was born, we were in the room, and all of a sudden you hear this poor lady yelling and screaming.
Let me
and
just.
Then what? Valentina? She was just like, she didn't get the epidural.
Okay, literally, she just gave birth to Carter, and like, Valentina was like, you know, I got the epidural.
Eating the pizza.
You know, it hurt. She's like, it hurts. She's not gonna lie to me, and that's why I love Valentina so much. And I applaud Jenny for having home births because I think it's beautiful and amazing. And I can't say that when I get pregnant that I wouldn't even consider it because who knows. But as of right now, the noise that I heard in the hospital that day coming from another human being, I want all the numbness in the world because I was thinking about it this way. And people are gonna give me a lot of shit about this, but I am 9 months. Walking around feeling pain all over my body probably. I think I'm allowed to have a few hours of numbness. I just do. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm making a joke about this, but I think I'm leaning more towards the hospital because I'll be honest, I am a little fearful of being at home and something going wrong. Yeah. So that's the biggest thing. Pain is right up there too.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel the pain of my body ripping in half.
Have you decided on if you would vlog your baby or keep them offline? How many kids would you want, and would you consider fostering or adoption? Actually, that's a really good question. We still haven't decided if we want to keep our child offline or online. I mean, that's going to be a serious discussion between Allie and myself.
We have gone back and forth with both sides.
Yeah.
I think, like, there's parts of me where I'm like, one thing that would suck is if we chose to not have our baby online. It's like, that means I can't ever post my child on Instagram or on Facebook, which is something that I enjoy sharing photos of my life.
Friends,
like, I really do. I enjoy that. I love seeing baby photos of my friends and like their growing families and the happiness that it brings. So there's a part of me that's like, heck yeah, we're still gonna film them. Why would that be an issue? And then
there's the negative where it's like, do we want to expose them to the drama and the hate and the potential harassment that YouTube has gone through lately? So I mean, it's kind of one of those. I think step A comes, we'll figure out step B.
And I think that like when our kids get older, I think that that's going to be a much more serious discussion because I think that when they're at the age of like really understanding what's going on and what's being said, I definitely don't want them to experience the hate that Charles and I have experienced. I think
right, yeah, because as a parent you want to isolate them, protect.
Well, I know that you can't shelter them from it, but I think it'll be something that I would rather teach them for me in a more natural way,
and not the comment section,
and not like think that someone writes something negative about you and that's who you are. I don't want my kids to think that ever. I want them to know, like, unfortunately bad things are said, and I think it'll just be different once they're older. I think when they're babies it might be different, but I think when they're older it's going to be a totally
different
really tough conversation.
Yeah. What is your favorite and least favorite parts about touring? Favorite parts would have to be seeing the world, playing music, and never thinking I'd be certain places. Like, I never thought I'd go to Japan, like Tokyo, and play a show, or Singapore, or Sydney, Australia, or Auckland, New Zealand, things like Malaysia, you know, things like that. I never even thought. And meeting you guys is from all over the world. Normally, I just get to talk to you guys like this, but to physically go and talk with a lot of you guys, I think that's incredibly important and awesome about touring. And that's Marley. She wants to be up here, but she can't come up here. On top of, you know, obviously doing what I love. I love playing music. I love touring, and everyone's barking now. Least favorite parts would definitely be away from family. Those twerps downstairs. And I think they know what we're talking about. Silencio!
It's okay!
Least favorite parts about touring, obviously, is what I said earlier, being away from Allie, friends and family, the idiot dogs, and the idiot cat. You know, it's kind of funny, like a lot of people are like, oh, you get to go all over the world. And what I've said this a million times, like I've gone all over the world, literally on every continent except like Antarctica, but I've seen nothing. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like I've seen green rooms, I've seen tour buses and parking lot. I can tell you what every parking lot looks like at every place we've ever played. Like, I can tell you all that stuff, but around then, unless I try to get out there and wander around, which I try to do more often, it's hard. And like, I think that's one of those stressful things, is literally stress on tour. Yeah, so I mean, that would be my answer to those questions.
Michelle Stein Cucuccio.
That is a cool freaking, that's a Cucuccio name.
What's that? Wait. Shoot. I don't remember.
I know what you're saying.
Whatever. Dude, I can't even.
Shoot. I know what you're saying.
I don't remember what.
And we don't own the rights to that song, so you have to tell us.
Since you froze your sperm, will you?
Since you froze your sperm.
Since Charles froze his sperm, will you go through an IUI or IVF? I went through fertility treatments, so I'm just curious. We don't know. We don't really know. We don't have to take that route as of yet.
Yes.
So if that time comes, I think that it'll be something that we would obviously talk about, because I think in situations like that, it's nice to know that there are other people that have gone through the same situation as you.
I would consider it like along the same lines of when I shared the brain surgery and the brain tumors and the cancer and stuff like that, because it was hard for us, or hard for me. Just like I'm sure if that was the route that we had to take, it'd be hard for us. But at the same time, we would know we're not alone, because like what Michelle just said, she's going through that, so we can everyone can connect and relate. Relate to each other, and I think that's really important. So if hopefully that doesn't become the situation,
but if it does, we would definitely we would
want
to share about it. And honestly, I don't really know the difference between the two, so that will be something that I have to do my research on.
Yeah, I know what an IVF know what an IVF is, but I never heard of an IUI.
So that's really interesting. Thank you for that question.
So this is from Sophie_F. Wait. So this is from Sophie_S. Sophie Life Dance. I like that. What are you most afraid of? Wait, what are you most fuck. This is from Sophie_F. Fuck.
S.
I said that twice. This is
like
from Sophie.
This is like the 5th time you said your name, and it's Sophie_S. S. And he's done it.
Samuel.
I'm not kidding. We've recorded that like 5 times. Anyways, go on with the question.
I'm just gonna leave it. What are you most afraid of when it comes to becoming a parent or being a parent? Besides health issues, of course. Just making sure I don't screw up whatever offspring comes out.
Yeah, and I think just like everyone wants to be a good parent. And my biggest thing is like, I think I'm more afraid of like the pregnancy aspect. Like I want to make sure that I like house a very healthy baby. But like when it comes to being a parent, I think it's the same thing. Like you want to house a healthy baby, you want to put them in a healthy environment, and you want to give them a great life, and you want to make sure that they're always safe.
On top of that, if the kid's anything like me as a kid, we're in trouble. I know what I was like as a kid, so I'm a little afraid of that.
I know what I was like too. I used to hold my breath and pass out.
That's actually a true story. Allie used to hold her breath until she passed out.
That's great.
Yeah.
My mom said I was a good kid. It was just like there was like a short period where I was kind of a pain in the butt.
There's multiple things I guess we're afraid of, but I mean the positive outweighs the negative. All right, went through battery number 2.
Okay, so let's get this all.
You gotta make sure it's lined up. It's probably not lined up, but that's what. Yes.
I know you have said sometimes it's hard for you to share some of your personal life on the vlogs. Do you think you will want to keep some secrets, or do you think that you will want to share every detail about pregnancy when you do get pregnant?
It's a good question.
It is a good question. When it comes to certain things in life, for me personally, I don't like to share every detail. I just don't like to, and other people are open books and they'll talk about absolutely anything. When it comes to pregnancy, I think I'm gonna be an open book about some things, but I don't think I'm gonna be open about everything. I'm totally okay with it, and I'm like, I know that you guys will be so respectful of that, and I know that Charles will too. I think it's all gonna depend, but as of right now, I think I'm gonna keep some things private, but...
What would be your best advice, Charles, if you want to join a band? CTFXC forever. Awesome. As far as joining a band, I've been playing music. Actually, it's kind of funny. That's my first bass right there.
The white one?
No, that was my first bass. That was my second bass. My third bass is over there. So this one. I got that bass when I was 15 years old. So I'm, what, 32, 33? I'm 33, holy crap.
33, wow.
Oh my God, I forgot how old I was. Just the desire and the ambition to do it. I know it's what the guys did in We the Kings. I know all the friends of mine that are in bands, you know, like all these bigger bands that you know, like, you know, Yellow Card, Newfound Glory, Taking Back Sunday, all these guys.
They all started somewhere.
They all started somewhere, and like a lot of you guys have seen these guys in the vlogs too, and you could tell they're very down to earth, very humble people. They all started from somewhere, and they just had this desire, this driven ambition to play music and fulfill a dream that they personally want. So as far as advice for it, it would probably be that. And then after that, you just gotta go for it.
Try, yeah.
Yeah, because you're gonna fail. I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot of failure. I mean,
I think that there's a lot of like mistakes that are made.
Well, you learn. You learn from your mistakes, but you can't succeed without failure.
Truth.
Hashtag truth.
Selena with multiple A's. And Selena is actually the girl who jumped in the reflection pond for Danny's phone. We've mentioned her many times in the vlog.
She's a staple.
She's a savior.
Oh wait, I found it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh like.
Oh my gosh, get over here, give me a hug. You're amazing.
What's the grossest tour story you're allowed to tell us?
Well, there was this one time when Travis was and we went to this place and go and because there was and then we filming it, and then when the guy said I'm supposed to be able to do this, we were like we're and then and they were like and then we were like you too. The rolled down. Don't really know what happened after that. It just kind of became a blur. Actually, I don't think I was supposed to say that. So, bleep that. I'm so sorry. But there's some gross ones, and I think they're in the vlog, and you probably can find them, especially you, Selena.
Yeah, you didn't miss much.
Yeah. That ends today's section of the question and answers about babies and touring. I want you guys in the comments to let us know some more stuff that we want to just isolate, like maybe friends, health. Relationships, life on YouTube questions. So think of more specific questions or topics, and we're gonna do more of these specific things.
Yeah,
I think it's more fun that way.
I think it's gonna be a cool year this year because I think we're gonna try and do a lot of different things, and
we're gonna learn a lot about you, and you're probably gonna learn a little bit more about us.
Yeah, I think you're gonna definitely learn a lot more about us.
Yeah.
So this will be cool.
Don't forget to subscribe, guys, and we will see you tomorrow as always. Oh, by the way, make sure to go check out the Patreon page. Links down in the description.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for joining it, and hopefully you guys can check out the new perks that we have.
Hey, thanks for the questions too, guys.
Yeah, thank you for the questions, all of you. There was a ton of you who couldn't answer all of them this time, so maybe next time. Anyway, Rick, say bye.
Oh.
All right, guys.
Bye.
You wanna run? Bye. See you guys.